Hey, so I'm making this video real quick to kind of explain how I found the solution or created a solution to a problem that I had about a week ago. I was trying to figure out, well, I have a 89 5.0 Bronco XLT EFI manual transmission. And about a week ago, I was working on trying to figure out why the rear window switch wouldn't work, and neither the key lock doesn't work. So I had part of the dash taken apart, like right about here. Actually, that's the switch itself. And I was trying to do testing on the switch itself to see where the wiring issue is, if I was actually getting power to it or anything like that. And then while I was testing it, the window switch, which was actually faulty, became loose. And while I had the key turned to the on position, with this being loose, I guess connectors touch where they shouldn't, maybe a ground and a positive crossed or something like that. And I noticed sparking and smoldering and smoking coming from the switch itself, which I have taken apart now. Here is part of that was actually in there. And also the dash and radio and heat and everything I didn't have it actually running, but they were turning on and off, on and off, on and off, like it was surging or something like that. So I immediately went to shut the key off, and next thing I know, I pack everything up for the night and I go to start it, and it was completely dead. There was nothing that happened, no power to the dash, no clicks, no fuel pump turning on, anything like that. So I kind of got pissed off a little bit about it, and then kind of just let it sit overnight because it was late. Came back to it the next day. I checked all of the fuses. None of them were burnt out. And the thing about these vehicles is there's actually no specific fuse for the actual ignition itself and the starting system. Just for reference though, the thicker red wire with the green stripe right there, I did boil down to, after some research, figure out that does actually go to the ignition system itself, and you can kind of see that on there right there. I'm not sure how that corresponds, but basically what ended up happening was I came over here, and there's 3 relays. There's one for ABS. From what I figured out, there's one for ABS. There is, which I believe is the one that says India on it right there, or it's the one that's labeled 2071 on there. That is black and black. From what I read online, the green to the gray goes to your fuel pump. I might be wrong about that. I might be thinking wrong. And then there's one more in here. I can't really remember or see where it's at, but it's the other relay that's in here actually goes to the, what is it? It's the EEC or the ECC, which is the whole electrical engine control thing. I checked all the relays. None of them looked burnt out. There weren't any burnt wires. Oh, the other thing that I also did was, after it happened, given the situation of how it happened, I actually checked all the wiring up here, and actually you can kind of see it right there where it started actually burning into it. I checked all the wires in there. They all looked fine. So after that, I came over here and I was able to basically jumpstart the solenoid using either a piece of metal, but you can also take you put a piece of metal on that while somebody cranks it, or you can actually take a piece of wire and run it from the positive terminal on the battery over to the S terminal, which is that top one. And it would turn over, but there still wasn't any power whatsoever going to the dash. So after that, luckily I'm in a really, really good place where we actually have I'm in an undisclosed location, but we actually have an auto shop on hand that was very, very helpful in terms of telling me what to check. And after kind of running through that and trying to, I actually took a test bulb thing. One of these things, these are very, very handy when it comes to electrical issues. And hold on a second, I'm going to start the next part.